Well, it seems like there are breweries all over the place in Tulsa, and fall is a popular time for beer tours.
News on 6's Jonathan Cooper takes a look at the growing community of craft brewing in Tulsa.
Beer, a simple combination of water, grains, hops, and yeast. A combination that's been brewed for centuries and enjoyed around the world.
A typical beer recipe might be 90 to 100% base malt.
Dave Knott likes to experiment with his own combinations.
We have about 50 different kinds of grain that you can play with.
Perfecting recipes that give beer unique flavors and colors. Dave and his wife Desiree got into the hobby in the 1980s.
If you got introduced to craft beer styles from around the world, making your own made more sense.
Craft beer, which is beer that is brewed in small amounts, often independently owned, and has an emphasis on unique flavors, started to gain traction in the 90s. The Knotts started brewing at their house.
The community built up over the years.
After growing tired of their IT jobs, the couple turned their passion into a business, starting high-gravity fermentations in Tulsa in 2004. It's a place both amateur and experienced home beer and wine brewers can learn and get supplies. Some of their customers have even started their own businesses.
In the city of Tulsa, like all of them basically started here. We kind of joke that we're the godparents of all the breweries.
Since opening, the Knotts have introduced hundreds of others to the hobby, hosting introductory brewing classes on weekends and being a part of the Oklahoma Craft Brewers Association. That networking has helped more than 15 breweries in the Tulsa area get started, with even more planning to open in the next few years.
It's been very gratifying being such an influence on all on the brewing industry.
The brewery growth can also credit a 2018 law change in Oklahoma that allowed breweries to sell their beers on site in tap rooms. Previously, brewers had to buy their beer back and were only allowed to sell beer with 3.2% alcohol by weight. Under the new regulations, the Knotts opened a tap room next to the store and now sell their own beers under the brand High Gravity Brewing Company.
We usually try to have some standard lagers. We like British beers.
That law change also allowed other tap rooms to be built at breweries across the city. It's something people do every fall and something known as brewery hopping. In Tulsa, Jonathan Cooper, Oklahoma's own News on 6.